Um, I don't know, we're going through our handy guide that we give our clients here.
Yes.
So we're kind of doing step by step through that. The next section for us to cover in here is style of home.
Styles, yes.
So we're in the buying process right now. That's what we're still talking about. So Carl can start talking about some of the different styles of homes. Looks like basically we have 5 styles of homes in here.
Yes.
I think there's actually another style of home now that we don't have in here, but I'll bring it up just because of some of the new zoning and things the government's doing.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, so
but yeah,
I guess I'm not gonna go in order. I would say I would start with the most common one or the most affordable one, which is condos. So condos is basically it's an apartment in a building or in a tower, or it could be a low rise, and then you're like a part owner of that building or tower or low rise, and then you have how do you explain this? You own part of the land which the building or the structure stands on, and then as part of that you also have to pay strata fees which is part of your.
so you know what? We should start the video over.
Okay, yes, yeah. Okay, let's do it again.
The reason why I'm saying it, we'll start it again, because we already covered that here.
Oh, we did.
This is just a style, so really it's
just style.
It's very fast because a condo, like you said, it's just like one unit in a big building.
Yeah.
But that's the style. So basically, I would say the style. It's like an apartment.
Okay.
Right. Because we already talked about strata.
Oh, we did. Okay.
That's all. So.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, starting again.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I don't have to say that. Yeah. Okay.
Hello. We're back.
We're back. We're going through the different. Okay, we're starting again. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
We're back. Yeah.
Back. And then today
go ahead.
we're gonna be talking about the styles of homes that you commonly see here in BC or anywhere else in Canada. So I would say the most common one, usually the most affordable one would be condos or condominiums, which are like apartments, and it's basically you own, it's a unit in a building or in a tower or in a low rise, which is but here in BC we call them like condos, unlike in other provinces or maybe in the US they call them apartments, right? So that's the first type, and then
we'll go. You know what? We'll work. Well, I'm not going to say down. We'll work up. So you're starting with a condo.
Yeah.
Typically the most affordable, like Carl said. Next style will be a townhouse. So a townhouse. I think most people watch this know what a townhouse is, but so it's similar to a condo, but there's nobody above or below you usually. So the townhouse technically is something that has its own front door to the outside, whereas a condo, your front entrance is from inside a hallway. So that's actually really the actual technical difference. But most of the time, a townhouse would be own front entrance from the outside. Generally, nobody above or below you. Sometimes you do have stacked townhouses, but
you do, yeah.
So the technical difference, like I said, is you have a front door from the outside. You enter from the outside, not from inside of the building. So I'll add one more before you go to the next one, which is a row house. So we have something called row houses, which really is like a townhouse, but for sure there's no one above or below you. So row house is just almost like a number of single family homes, but they're all stuck together in a row. So they share common walls on each side, but they would still have usually a garage in the back, a yard, full yard. So they're, I think you see that a lot more in like Europe and places like that. There's Asia, even lots of more row homes. So it's kind of a bit newer here. A difference with a row home and a townhouse. Row home usually it's not stratified. So we talked about the forms of ownership before, but you wouldn't have strata fees. It is really like a single family home. You're responsible for everything on your own.
Yeah.
And then we're probably going to go to.
Well, actually,
that next.
Well, there is one other. I just remembered. Like, there's what you call the bare land strata, which is very similar to actually townhomes or townhouses. It's so when you look at a bare land strata, it's basically it looks like a single detached
It is a single
house,
detached house. Yep.
right? But then it's sitting in a stratified complex, and so it is still part of strata. You pay strata fees, but it's more so like Keith said. You have to take care of all the maintenance, the roof, the exterior, and everything. But then the purpose of the strata fees would be more for the upkeeping of the common grounds.
Yep.
So
I think, but the thing with that is, I confuse things a little bit with the row house too in talking about strata, because the style of home, even though bare land strata, the style of home would still be a single family.
detached, yeah, correct.
Basically single family.
Yeah.
The type of ownership is the strata, but
Yeah,
the style basically is, again, moving up from a townhouse. Well, you go to a single family style, which of course is a house sitting on a piece of that.
piece of land. Yeah.
And then, kind of in between townhouse and single family, you have, I would say, well, duplex and half duplex. So a half duplex is, well, okay, a full duplex is like a house, but it's got two sides to it. So it's one building, but two complete units, right? A half duplex, of course, is just half of it. So almost like a townhouse, almost like a duplex, like almost like a row house, but duplex, of course, meaning duo, two.
Yeah.
So, and then there's one more type of, or one more style of home, I guess. It's sort of a fourplex or sixplex.
Yeah.
So with the new rules in the province,
Yeah.
in the city, you're seeing a lot more of these things being built on actually single family lots.
Mm-hmm.
But duplex is 2. Of course, there's triplex 3, fourplex 4,
Yeah.
and a sixplex 6 units.
6 units.
Which is kind of becoming like a condo.
Exactly. Yeah. Kind
So
of.
anyway,
Yeah. Kind of.
we may end up confusing you, so I'm just going to give what I should have done at the beginning,
Yeah.
and really just say the different styles of homes. You got a single family, what everybody knows as a house.
Yeah.
You have a townhouse, which is between a house and a condo or apartment, right? So, and then you go to condo, again, like an apartment building, like Carl said. And then the duplexes, half-plexes, or half-duplex, sorry, fourplex, triplex, fourplex, sixplex. They're all multiple units in one structure, but after 6 units, then you're into what we would call condo, right? Condo is basically more than 6 units, I guess, would be a condo building or an apartment building. So, anyway, I think that video was more confusing than necessary. But I think most people already know what the style of homes are. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to confuse you even more, you'll see a lot of towers with townhouses, attached to them. You have the tower plus the townhouses at the, on the ground floor, which is very common nowadays, especially new builds. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Leave it to us to take something simple and make it complicated. Sorry. Hopefully what that means is the complicated things, we make them simple. So
exactly.
So definitely, you should work with us now.
Okay, so if you have any questions, call us, comment, and we'll try to make it less complicated for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see you in the next one.
Okay. Bye.